Jupiter will square Saturn. Now, or maybe over the last several days, okay, until January 4th, 2025. It's a very strong and intense energy. So pay attention to your external world as well as your personal world. Watch as the energy increases in force, okay? It builds. Now, we'll discuss it again on January 24th because that is the day it is exact, and then it'll start to lessen in energy. But we will actually be able to see this in our lives and in our external world growing in strength. Jupiter is retrograde during this, so it's inviting in more of reflection rather than an outward action. We want to review our long-term plans. We want to ask ourselves if they truly align with our intellectual and emotional needs. So we need to bring the logical and our intuition, our gut feelings, to work as one, to cement them together. It doesn't benefit us to see them as opposing forces. Okay, we want to look at how they complement each other in setting our goals. Like, am I being too logical? Am I just trusting a little bit too much in my own inner wants and needs and desires and rushing it and trying to skip past important parts? So ask yourself, do you have that balance? When you're working towards any kind of desire, any kind of passion, any goal, ask yourself, what is motivating me to actually make me take steps towards my goals, my dreams? And Saturn's there to ground our thoughts. I'm telling you, your thoughts are just going to be, like a shattered piece of glass. Like one little pane turns out to be a million shards of different ideas, scattered ideas. So Saturn's there to ground our thoughts, to hone in those scattered ideas and make them into what is important, what is least of the priorities, and then to actually be able to put some practical and actionable steps towards it. We could definitely, with our thoughts just going, exploding. Poof. It's almost like a firework. One goes up, and then all of a sudden it's a million sparkles in the sky. We'll overthink. We'll overthink under this energy, okay? So catch yourself when you're doing this, okay? Because every word or action could seem wrong. It's too bold, it's too timid, it's too much, it's not enough. And when we have these really ambitious ideas, we're going to be feeling like we're running into some kind of pushback. Or we're sitting with a friend or a partner, and all of a sudden they seem distant every time we start to talk about our plans for the future. Okay, so we may feel a little trapped, okay, in wanting to break free and in fearing what might happen if we do. So it's definitely time for meditation, to journal, to revisit our action plan, to have those deep conversations that challenge us, and maybe even refine how we truly feel. In our relationships, platonic, romantic, tension can show up because we are miscommunicating in some way, or we feel like we are more likely, we have this desire to prove ourselves in some way. And maybe we're just proving it to ourselves and we're using them as the audience. Professionally, we could actually feel like we are stuck in this maze. Every time we go in search of an answer, 1,000 more questions arise. It'll get to a point in our own personal growth, where we have those conversations with ourselves. We may wonder if this pressure is going to break us. So if you catch yourself saying that, please correct it by saying it is shaping me into something stronger. So it allows you to go a little bit more with the flow. You're not fighting the current, and you're seeing where it is leading you, what it's trying to teach you. Okay, the truth is here, the answers lie not in solving everything at once. And that's what we're going to want to do. But you know better. Okay, take the small, deliberate steps. Okay, and honor your desires, but also honor your reality. Okay, our frustration will probably emerge a revelation, an aha moment, an epiphany. It might show us that we are not trusting our own voice. So we need to slowly address our challenges one by one and learn to balance our big dreams with those small practical steps. So this energy is telling us step back, question our balance between logic and intuition, ambition, authenticity. It's not easy. But we may come to realize that the tension we feel is actually pushing us to grow in ways we never thought possible.